Hello again, and greetings, beloveds. Welcome back. We're going to go back into this deck because I feel as though the first session with this deck on this channel just really wasn't much. And I'm still extremely high vibrational. So we're going to go back into this deck, which is the Russian Gypsy fortune-telling deck. And we're going to give it a go. This time with an actual inquiry, because a close-knit love bond message came out in the first session and the introduction of this deck to the channel, to Sissy Spaceship. So we are going to go in again, and that is going to be the inquiry, beloveds. That is going to be the inquiry that we use to set an intention for this next session, involving that close-knit love relationship, whether you are already in one or it's coming in for you. All right. So one more shuffle, and now we're going to do the split. Split it with the left, pick it up with the right. Place it in the left, lay the cards out with the right. One row of 5. And we're going to be watching as we go to see if there's any images that we can put together. Any complete images will be read, as well as the last 4 incomplete images of the very last card at the tail end, just like we did in the very first session. So far, I don't see anything matching up, so we're going to keep going. The cards cannot be moved from one place to the other. They can only be rotated. Okay, well, that's row 1. And it doesn't appear to be showing any matching images, any complete images here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue on with the second row of 5. Okay. And so far, it's not looking very promising, beloveds. I don't see anything matching up. Okay, there's absolutely nothing. There isn't anything matching up. there isn't any way of rotating any of these cards to form a message. So that tells me that I need to do a little bit of a cleanse in the area. I already have some tallow that I'm starting to get stoked over here on the charcoal. So there's that. And we're going to bring in a bit more frankincense. We're going to do this again. Somewhat of a disadvantage when these resins look like something else entirely, and a little sus at that. There it goes. But I promise you it is frankincense. Alright, moving along. While I have the smoke rolling over here, we're going to cleanse the deck. Seven minutes in, let's do some shuffling and attempt this again. This time I'm going to do something a bit different here. Split with the left hand, pick it up with the right, distribute to the left, and then now we're going to flip the images just a few at a time to look for any matches. Again, so far I don't see anything matching up. Two rows of 5, beginning with the first row. If this continues to carry on like this, then that just tells me that it is not a good time to be doing a message from this deck. We shall see where this goes. Oh, look, we have a match. It's the horse. It's the horse. Yay, we have a match. All right, see, now that's a little more encouraging. And it may just be the only match. Yep, it looks that way. Oh, nope. We have a horse and a book. Remember, we can only rotate them from the place they're at. We cannot, like, move them from one placement to another. But we do have Fun, fun. We have the book and the horse. The book. And I already showed you the horse, so we're not going to go through all that all over again. Now we can move everything closer together and get started on these messages. Now, from what I know from the last one, anything that is found to be negative is to be read first. And since I'm relearning this deck and introducing it, revealing it to this channel, we're going to take a sneak peek into the book to see which one should be read first, the horse or the book. Based on what I already see, it's looking like the horse is going to be first in line. Or, excuse me, the book is going to be first in line because we're encouraged when utilizing this deck to tackle the more negative one first, which would be the book. So let's see what the message is for the book. Number 26 up. The period of influence is only very short. And a symbol for secret news. 26 up represents talkativeness that will bring you harm. Position number 4. Your talkativeness can bring harm. For example, a defendant may lose the case not because he is wrong, but because he doesn't know when he has presented the relevant facts and continues with immaterial details that confuse the jury. People could have good arguments, but when they go on and on, the listener gets bored and tunes out. It is sad to see some people who seem to be so starved for company that when they are with friends, all they do is talk incessantly about such trivial matters that all their friends want to do is escape their company. An attractive man or woman can easily dispel the illusion of attractiveness by opening his or her mouth and chattering about unimportant and uninteresting things. The Russian proverb forewarns, the stupid are discovered by their words. When you get this picture, stop and listen to yourself. Are you really contributing to the conversation or just letting your vocal cords run wild? Are you disclosing information that was confided to you and will hurt or embarrass another person? Are you letting out your ideas prematurely so that they can be used by another before you are ready to use them yourself? So many different elements to that book. And one of them is going to resonate, not all of them, but one of these meanings of that particular matchup is going to fit. So all I'm going to say from there is just put it where it fits. People have been deterred from success by talking prematurely about their ideas and meeting negative responses. Remember, we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. So do twice as much listening as talking. Ooh, don't shoot the messenger, guys. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Oh, goodness. And believe me, no one with a good heart likes to be the bearer of bad news. Or the potential thereof. I'm seeing this as more of a forewarning to just not over talk, overshare, try to dominate conversations, um, stealing the limelight of another. Not really stealing the limelight of another, but it's like dominating the conversation, but worse. Like over talking to the point of interjection. Hmm. Just doing one last little sweep to make sure we don't have any other matching. All right. Now let's talk about the horse. 39 to the right. Outward appearance and beauty will turn your head. Position number 2. This card most certainly refers to a romantic interest. You will meet someone whose beauty or handsomeness will appeal to you. You will throw caution aside. If there are no other pictures warning you of danger, then enjoy the situation for what it is. However, pay heed to the Russian proverb, love is blind. You can even fall in love with the goat. Perhaps you should seek a second opinion from a friend before plunging headlong into a relationship with this new exquisite being. The picture can also refer to other things that you are attracted to for their outward appearance, such as a racehorse you want to bet on or a house you want to buy. The picture doesn't tell you that it is bad to be emotionally drawn to beautiful things. It just tells you to be aware that you are more emotional than rational at this stage. Okay. And that's it. That's it. That concludes the message. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. I keep forgetting. We have to read the last 4 partial images on the last card. So we have birds, a scythe, an anchor, and a ring. I'm feeling guided to read the scythe first because it could be considered a negative, dangerous, or challenging, harsh energy. So that's what I'm feeling guided to go to first. Number 10, down. Evil is pursuing you. It's only like immediate impact in terms of the period of influence. Some kind of fated occurrence with another upsetting your life, beloveds. Oh, I do not like having to give these kind of messages. Oh my goodness. Position number 1. It is nothing that you can do anything about. All you can do is accept it and live with it. It has So the story with the scythe is once one is reconciled with what is, then the picture appears left often, if at all. It it may be referring to an evil person, or not an evil. I don't really like to put it that way. I'm just reading from the book, beloveds. But basically, it's referring to someone with malevolent or negative intentions who has entered the lives of the collective. It can be a person at work, a student, a neighbor, or even a crank phone caller. You can unintentionally become the target of their outbursts. Try not to antagonize the person and seek help from legal sources. Ooh. So yeah, it's basically saying there's going to be, or already is, some kind of encounter with somebody who has malevolent attachments. And you are being guided to just not even antagonize them, avoid them. Read the room, collective. And instead of taking matters into your own hands, if they get a little wonky, be sure to contact the appropriate authorities, beloveds. Moving along to the birds, number 12. Immediate period of influence, symbolizing freedom from responsibilities. To the left, you expect someone not to fulfill a promise and you will be right. Well, because we be knowing things. We just be knowing. Okay, so this is position number 3. Expecting someone not to fulfill a promise and you will be right. This is one of life's little problems that comes up regularly. Your husband promises to cut the grass but doesn't. Your son tells you that he will be home by midnight but isn't. Your coworker promises to find the information but doesn't. We get angry and a bigger problem is created. As long as we can keep the matter in perspective, that is a minor breach of promise. No real harm will be done. So even with this malevolent person either already in your life wreaking havoc or coming into your life wreaking havoc, although fated, the good news is that it's not actually going to cause any serious harm. No real harm will be done. And now let's take a look at the ring, number 25 up. I have a good feeling about this one. Position number 4. There is going to be a complete breakup between lovers, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's you and your lover, but it is in your life, or will be introduced into your life if it isn't something you're already aware of. The things that led you into a union are finished and do not hold the magic they once did. Or another person. I'm sure somewhere down the description is going to mention that. A glance across the room no longer stirs up the loving feelings it once did. In fact, usually other feelings such as hate, loathing, scorn, and disgust are stirred up. This can be the reaction of either one or both partners, signifying the end of a union that once existed. However, it does not necessarily mean the end of a marriage or a relationship. It signifies that this is a natural break, and if there's going to be a divorce or separation, then this would be a good time to leave. A natural cycle of attraction, love, union, dissipation, and ending has occurred. However, it does not follow that divorce is imminent. Many couples stay together even though the love that first brought them together is gone. Some stay together for monetary reasons, some for security, and others for reasons only known to themselves. Just because the love that first brought you together is gone does not mean that you can't build a new love that could be stronger and more satisfying than the first passion. For example, the picture may begin to appear in a relationship after 10 years, indicating that this may be a good time to end the union as there seems to be insurmountable problems. However, a wise person once said, remember, if you don't resolve your problems now, you will face them again in 10 years down the road with someone new. By resolving your problems now, you can continue your marriage on a higher plane. Even actions like infidelity can be forgiven and forgotten when partners truly communicate with each other. Be careful analyzing problems and attitudes. A couple can find solutions. On the other hand, some couples reach the magic wall, then break up rather than helping each other to scale it. These people may be on their second or third marriages. Not I. This picture came up for a couple who shortly after separated. They were apart for about a year but finally went back together. Each had felt that they had missed out on the revolution of the 70s and 80s. They had married young, had 2 children, and led quite satisfying but ordinary lives. The romance and excitement was gone, so they were quite unhappy with their marriage. After separating, each tried to enjoy the single life. It didn't turn out to be as exciting as each thought it would be. They both realized that what they had together was much more satisfying. Today, their marriage is different but much stronger. When you get this picture, whether to finish the relationship at a natural breaking point or use it as a learning stepping stone is your free choice. That is the wonder of the cards. They tell you the situation, but it is up to you to choose your path. And the concluding message for this session is going to be the anchor, number 35 to the right here. It has a middle period of influence, symbolizing, well, either a stability or a hindrance, depending upon the direction of the arrow. In this case, because the arrow is going to the right, it represents fulfillment of hopes and success on the sea. So even if you are single and experiencing choppy waters in terms of relationships, or you are with someone and experiencing choppy waters in terms of relationships, it's all going to work out in the end. Love's just like lemony snickets. Yes. Fulfillment of hopes, success on the sea. Position number 2. Perhaps you've already or are about to receive what you have been hoping for. After sailing on the open sea, you are approaching your destination. I'm getting that some of you, in terms of these relationship disputes, there's going to have to be a departure that occurs. Before the new love can make its way in. And with the seas analogy, this is telling me that it could be a long distance relationship or just someone who's really far away from you. who is meant to be your next love interest. So this natural break that some of you would be going through, it's going to sting a little, but not for long. It's a natural and mutual break, beloveds. And when it's mutual, although it's always difficult to do, it will be much easier in the long run when it's mutual. So good. This could be having the family that you want, the house of your dreams, the job you have wanted, or anything you have been working towards. Success on the sea can literally mean that your good fortune has something to do with the sea, or it can mean that whatever you are involved with, you should pursue full steam ahead, as it will turn out successfully. Yay! We just somehow naturally saved the best for last. Just like this particular spread is meant to be done. So, it appears there are some challenges, or will be, but it's still going to work out for the best. And I just absolutely love that for you guys. Just hang in there. You are a warrior. You can get through this. Remain strong no matter the weather, beloveds. Thank you so very much for tuning in. With much gratitude and appreciation. From my heart chakra to yours. Boom, 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 boom. Brightest of blessings.